Welcome to NFL Forecasters Super Bowl edition. Super Bowl 55 is almost here. I'm the Candyman. But we're here at the end. Two teams left about to clash in Super Bowl 55. And a bit of a first, we have a home field advantage? Whoa, crazy. But before we look to crown our champions, we need to see where our records stand for the entire year with all of our predictions. Dano is at 8-4 after getting burnt by jumping on the Bills bandwagon. Robo is also at 8-4, feeling proud of the season his Buffalo Bills just completed. Andrew's at 6-6, thanks to believing in the Mahomes magic. Brebs is at 8-4, wondering if Aaron Rodgers has done one too many commercials with Allstate. Candyman myself is at 7-5. I had a brutal championship weekend. I went 0-2. It's fun predicting, but hey, you can't always be right. As I said, this is the final weekend of the NFL season. And before we put a close on it, we want to look back on the season that was. Every year is filled with one team that really disappoints, given their expectations that were out there when the year began. Here's our list. For Dano, it's the Houston Texans. I mean, the season was so bad for them that they want to trade away their star quarterback. Andrew, who is your biggest disappointing team?
I mean, I got the Falcons because in their stats, they're in a tough division, but they placed 4-12 below the Panthers, which had McCaffrey out the whole season almost.
Robo can't be with us today, but he shared in advance his biggest disappointing team is the New York Giants. The New York Jets, the New York Giants had terrible seasons, but as a Jet fan, we expect that. And while they both were expected to have bad seasons, the Giants did a better job of underachieving. Brebs, who came up short for you during this season?
It's got to be the Vikings because they had a good draft. They had Unique Ngakoue that trade via the Jaguars, and they had Michael Pierce and also Daniel Hunter, and also Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, and Justin Jefferson. That's a really good trio, and to only finish with 6 wins on the season. Like that, they were a playoff team the previous year. Like they should have made it.
For me, I believe nobody's talking about a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, if you look at this list of guys who are injured, you got Nick Bosa, George Kittle, Jimmy Garoppolo, Richard Sherman, the lockdown cornerback at one time, Jordan Reed they traded for, he got hurt. Other Kendrick Bourne, Deebo Samuel. You talk about tons of money on the table that got to the Super Bowl. They were leading in Super Bowl 54 over the Chiefs by 10 points going into the third quarter, and they don't even get back to the playoffs. They're 6-10. They're fourth in the NFC West. For me, I mean, they are my most disappointing team. All right, let's look at our next biggest surprise team, okay? For Dano, it's the Miami Dolphins. Well, they were building momentum the year before. It was only the cupcake schedule that the Browns had that kept them out of this postseason. Andrew, in this past season, who is the biggest surprise team for you?
I mean, the biggest surprise team for me is got to be the Browns. The Browns, even though they had a cupcake schedule, they showed some heart and some love in the game and actually made the playoffs and beat the Steelers. So,
that's a good pick. Robo went with the Buccaneers, even though he thinks TB12 is a great player. He didn't think that this year would equate to a Super Bowl berth. And now we want to go with Brebs. Brebs, who is your surprise team?
I'm going to go with the Bills. They did have like a really good duo with Diggs and Allen throughout the year. But as we started, defense was kind of slacking. And thankfully, their defense did pick it up the last couple weeks of the season. Beat Lamar Jackson. And almost, if a couple of plays go right in that AFC Championship game, the Bills could have been in the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm sure Robo, the Mafia, my wife, her family, they love that you said that. All right. I thought they'd make the playoffs. Did it surprise me they made a championship game? Definitely. For me, I'm going to have to agree with Robo a little bit. Now, you look at Tampa Bay's roster, and you got Tom Brady, you got Leonard Fournette, Chris Godwin at wide receiver, Mike Evans, Ndamukong Suh on defense, JPP. I think what people are forgetting about is, I thought they could make the championship game. Did I think they'd make the Super Bowl this year? No, honestly, I thought it was more of a 2-year plan. But I guess we got to give credit to Coach Arians and defensive coordinator Todd Bowles. They've done a great job. Let's see if they can shock the world here and win a Super Bowl in the first year of TB12 in Tampa Bay. Just one more category here before we give our Super Bowl picks. Gazing into the crystal ball, we have chosen one team to watch out for next year. For Dano, it's the Detroit Lions. After trading away Matthew Stafford, the Lions will finally learn the value of building a complete team. Armed with all those future first-round draft choices, Lions football will become respectable for the first time in a long time. Andrew, who's your up-and-comer team?
I also got the Lions because I'm pretty sure they won that trade with the Rams and got Jared Goff. Jared Goff has so much playoff experience that I feel like he'll build the team very perfectly.
Thank you, Andrew. Robo's picked the Cincinnati Bengals, a great young quarterback with a very young and talented roster who fought hard this year will start to make those wins happen with greater frequency in the very near future. Go Joey Burrows. Brebs, who are you going to look out for next season? Who's the team that's going to ascend, rise, do good things next year?
Jets, Jets. Robert Saleh, he really fixed up the Niners defense and transformed them into one of the most dominant in the league. And last year, especially with all the injuries he had on defense, they still finished top 5 in overall defense. And I think they're going to let Sam Darnold finish out his rookie contract, build him a line, and I think Sam Darnold's going to have a better year.
Brebs, I love those bold predictions. For me, I went a little more conservative. I think the team to watch next year is the Rams after this trade, but I think it's a one-year window for them. They already have wide receiver weapons with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Cam Akers emerged as a running back. You take Jalen Ramsey playing cornerback. You take Aaron Donald with this mainstay of that defense, which really got them to that playoff victory in the NFC this year. I think they're a one-and-done opportunity, though. So I'm going to go with the Rams due to their recent transactions, even though I do think they gave away too much. All right, Bucs versus Chiefs. Super Bowl 55, here we go. Dano says that the Brady Parade has been very entertaining and an outstanding swan song for all the Belichick disciples in New England. But the Chiefs have too many weapons and a quick strike scoring capability that no one can match. Short of an injury to Mahomes or divine intervention, the Kansas City Chiefs will be back-to-back champions. Robo disagrees with Dano and sees Tom Brady's Super Bowl experience too much for the Kansas City Chiefs to overcome. Andrew, what's your pick?
I got the Chiefs. They just got too many All-Stars. They got Tyreek Hill and Harmon, which could just run out the whole defense. I feel like they're just going to win the game.
Brebs, you've been leading the way with the picks since the show began. Who do you have in this game?
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. I think Tyreek Hill is too explosive. Even if you double team him, he's still going to outrun the defense. If you look at that last time they matched up, Tyreek Hill alone had 200 yards in the first quarter. And also the Chiefs defense, with Steve Spagnuolo being the defensive coordinator, as we saw, when Brady lost those 2 Super Bowls to the Giants, it was all built on getting pressure and going after Tom Brady. So I think the defense is also going to help the Chiefs prevail them to their 3rd overall Super Bowl win.
I mean, it's really hard to pick against the Chiefs. Don't forget about Travis Kelce. I agree with the Spagnuolo factor. I got the Chiefs. Well, from Brebs to Andrew to Robo to Dano, our fearless producer, I want to say how much fun this was doing this year. Look forward to doing it again next year. Enjoy the game. And thank you for watching Sports NFL Forecasters Show Super Bowl edition on WBTV. I'm the Candyman. Hope to see you on this program next year.